After watching the trailer, I thought Antebellum was going to be a 2020 version of Octavia Butler's Kindred. In Kindred, a black woman from the 1970s is instantly transported from her home in California to a slave plantation in Maryland during the Antebellum period. The book is about her discovering why she keeps getting teleported back and forth from the 70s to slavery. Secondly, I thought the movie may be a clash of timelines because we saw jets fly over a plantation. Overall, I got the impression that it would be horror/sci-fi, like what Jordan Peele has been doing with Get Out and Us. Overall, acting-wise, I felt like the performances were dope by Janelle Monáe and company. Story-wise, though, this movie left me wanting more. I wanted them to dive deeper into the why of the plot. I wanted them to dive deeper into who the main characters were. The characters, in essence, felt sort of hollow. I wanted to know more about Janelle Monáe's character and why these things are happening specifically to her. They say it quickly in the movie, but it just didn't feel complete. If the movie itself just simply took place in the Antebellum South, then there would be no need for explanations as to why black people are picking cotton. But because the way the story is set up and what they alluded to, we need to know why these things are happening to these people specifically. This movie had its moments, but the scenes of triumph that should have had me jumping out of my seat didn't hit me like they should, because I felt like we were not taken through a full journey. We didn't know entirely who these people were, who these characters were. I'm not saying I wasn't rooting for Janelle. I'm not saying she didn't put her ankles in this role. I'm not saying that I didn't hate the bad guys, because I did. But there were so many questions left unanswered as far as background and exposition. It was challenging for me to feel things about these people because we didn't know entirely who they were. I feel like this movie would have been better served as an episode of Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone, or even a limited series. But let me tell you something though, the ending of this movie is fire. In a history class, you could watch the ending in a vacuum and write an essay on it. It's that good. But what led you up to it, I felt should have been more flushed out. But from what I've been told, their budget wasn't that large, so that could have been a reason as to why so many things were left unanswered. However, this is what I love about this movie. It opens with a quote by William Faulkner which says, "The past is never dead, it's not even past." This made me think about all the leftovers from slavery that black people are still going through. Mass incarceration, police brutality, colorism, the list goes on. I also thought about how we still have to walk into buildings named after terrorists like J. Edgar Hoover. We drive down Robert E. Lee Highway. There's statues of Christopher Columbus in America. There's a statue of King Leopold in Belgium. It's not so much the names of buildings or the existence of these statues or these buildings, but the fact that we live in a world where having monuments dedicated to the worst of mankind is okay. Having buildings dedicated to the worst of mankind is okay. In some people's minds, Hitler, Hoover, Leopold, Bull Connor are all heroes. America is haunted and it does not want to deal with its ghosts. About 10 minutes from where I grew up in Baltimore, there's a shopping center that was built on top of a slave graveyard. The land was sold for $1, so when you go there to buy your coats and your meatloaf, you're stepping on the remains of enslaved Africans. Who knows how many bodies we've walked over. But lastly though, I do want to say I'm glad Antebellum is here. I'm glad it came out. I'm glad we're having this conversation. So what did you think about Antebellum? Did you enjoy it? Did you dislike it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And as always, if you like my videos, like to help me make more videos, pledge $1, whatever you feel, to my Patreon page. This keeps me out of the Hunger Games and in front of yo face. Movie reviews, books, and random stuff coming your way. Movie reviews, books, random stuff coming your way. Movie reviews, books, random stuff coming your way. Movie reviews, books, random stuff coming your way.